Welcome. As Jake mentioned, I also got a Elite Trainer box of Champion's Path. I've actually already opened it, but everything is still in here except for I think the booklet and the poster. So I will share the code cards, and I'll try to do this in the way that people mentioned, where I cover up the QR thing so that the bots hopefully don't get it. That's a code card I think for the promo in here. Comes with some energy, dividers, etc. Here's the promo Charizard V. The one I have, I already took a quick look at it. Looks like it's in very good condition. I don't see much wrong with the corners. So I will pull out the packs. And my impression of this set is very similar to Jake. I actually am like pretty disappointed with how it came out. I am obviously, like everyone else, love the Charizards. I think I'd much prefer the shiny Charizard V to the VMAX one. I'm not super into the whole Dynamax, Gigantamax thing. But other than that, there aren't a whole lot of cards I'd love to get. Jake and I were thinking of doing this as some kind of competition to see who gets better cards. I think Jake would definitely win. He got like 5 ultra rares, right? Like 2 full arts. I count the VMAXs and the trainer full arts as full art, and then a rainbow rare also as a trainer, and 2 Vs. So I thought that was pretty amazing. If we can get a hit every other pack, I think that'd be really, really good. But most of the value, of course, is just in the Charizards. Here's a Lycanroc Hollow. And I don't love that about the set and just about the way they've been doing these like subsets recently. So when I think most of the value is in cards that are in like the ultra rares, and there's, like Jake mentioned, there's only, I don't know, 40, 50 cards that are not ultra rares in the set, you're going to get most of them just even opening up one Elite Trainer box or maybe a couple of them. And then it just could be really, really hard to get those other cards. It's so different from the WotC era where, first of all, I thought, just think there was more sort of effort and interest put into the commons and uncommons, but also you'd get, 1/3 or 1/2 or 2/3 of all the hollows in the set just by opening up one booster box. Another Beedrill reverse hollow. And Altaria hollow. So I think in the long term, most sort of casual collectors will not be opening up the set to the same extent that they opened up ones like Shining Legends, Hidden Fates. I just think both those sets had so many interesting cards, so many chase cards. Again, have the same issue where I guess most are sort of like harder to get, right? Like considered ultra rare, or at least, don't appear as frequently as like a typical hollow. But I do remember, Hidden Fates, the pull rates were really good. Shining Legends, I didn't get as lucky. I think I bought 2, sort of the equivalent of 2 Elite Trainer boxes of Shining Legends and never got a single one of the shiny cards. Zygarde hollow. But I think overall, those sets just had so many more interesting and cool and fun cards than this one. I think my ranking of the special sets would probably go, Hidden Fates at the top, obviously. So many different shiny Pokemon. Then Shining Legends for me. Then Generations. I thought Generations was awesome. All 3 of those I thought were really good. Then Dragon Majesty, another special set, is kind of like a tier below. There weren't, that many cool cards. I do like Reshiram a lot. And then this one, I think, even below that. And so because only cards that, are interesting to collectors. Oh, Lucario V. I love this card, actually. So, scratch what I said, but I think this Lucario is so cool. Put that in the sleeve. So many casual collectors are not really going to have a lasting relationship with the set. They're not going to keep opening it in the same way that people want to keep opening Hidden Fates and Shining Legends. All the value is just going to be in the Charizard. People are going to stop opening it eventually. It's only going to be open for those things. And so I think the value of those Charizards will probably still continue to be high in the long term, but I just don't see the set having the same kind of popularity the others do. Obviously, the pre-release, the pre-order numbers would prove me wrong. Like, there's been so much interest. I see something here. So much interest in the set through pre-order volume, right? Like, so many different stores were sold out of it. So many stores canceled their pre-orders. Thankfully, I got this one from GameStop, so they followed through with it. But I think a lot of this, so much that was hyped and so much was before they even knew sort of what the contents of the set were, other than the Charizards. Oh, wow. Rainbow Rare Pierce. This is the same card that Jake got, if I'm not mistaken. I think this one actually looks so cool. And it's worth a fair bit. When Jake did his video, I saw he was selling on TCG Player for $25-ish. I like that. And here's another code card. I think the code cards, I did used to play the game online. I really enjoyed it, actually. I just haven't had the time to play in a long time. So My Loss Is Your Game. You can take the codes, build some decks. What I really liked about the online game as opposed to something like Magic Online is it's relatively inexpensive to build top-tier decks, like the best decks in the meta. You could get for the equivalent of, I don't know, $20, $30 in code cards. And even then, like, I didn't spend that much real money on it just from packs I already had or just from playing, you know, the version of the game where you can earn rewards. Ooh, Reverse Hollow Energy. I think I'm going to sleeve that. Looks really, really nice. So it's relatively inexpensive, relatively easy to get into it. They also have like really nice tutorials to teach you the game. See that and so I quickly built sort of like every, you know, interesting or good deck in Standard at the time. You got into Expanded, but that was years ago. And then, you know, when rotation happens, kind of like your entire collection, including your online collection, basically goes to zero. And you have to start from scratch, which I found a bit frustrating. So I just haven't had the time to put back into it to build up my online collection enough to build good decks. Marnie, this is a hollow trainer. It seems pretty good. Code card again. So far only 2 ultra rares. I'm not really counting the hollow trainer or the reverse hollow energy as a hit. And we've got 3 packs left. So Gardevoir, I think besides for the shiny Charizard V and the other one, the Gardevoir is probably my favorite. The Gardevoir VMAX I think looks really cool, the one that Jake got. In general, I'm just a huge fan of the textured full arts. I think they're so much better than the non-textured ones, and they're kind of what got me back into collecting the Pokemon game. I'll do another video where I talk about that. Oh, another Altaria hollow. But those are basically some of my favorite cards. This is the non-rainbow rare version of Piers. And another code card. Okay, 2 packs left. So far, I'm disappointed. If those are the only hits, I don't think this will have been a very good box. And Eldegoss. This card, I think this is just an alternate art or, you know, slightly different version of one that was printed in another set. Seems like a really good card, right? Just to play it for its utility. Kind of reminds me of Shaman Tune that it has this ability to return it. You know, Shaman could return to your hand. This returns back to your deck. But I'd have to look up sort of how valuable this is, or if it's just been printed into oblivion through multiple printings that it's not worth anything left. Commons, and here's the code card. So, last one. Wish me luck. 3 hits so far, so hoping this one has one too. Truly the main reason I got the Elite Trainer box was A, you know, to make a video and do this side-by-side thing with Jake. But the other reason is that I just love the promo Charizard V. I think it's so cool. I got it basically for that alone. Ooh, another reverse hollow energy. And hollow rare Machamp. And last code card. So if this were a competition, Jake definitely would have won. Sort of non-hits I got that are interesting, these reverse hollow energies and hollow Marnie. And here are the ultra rares. Eldegoss V, Rainbow Rare Piers. Has that texture. And Lucario V, which I do really like. And lastly, the promo, the whole reason for getting it. Hope you enjoyed the opening, and maybe we'll do another one soon, but honestly, I'm not going to be buying any more of Champion's Path. I think Jake has one more, and I think that's all he's going to buy too. If Shining Legends were back in print, if Hidden Fates were back in print, I would buy more of those. Not, you know, just irrespective of value, just because I think the sets are so cool, and at the time I didn't properly value them. I just thought, oh, I'll get 1 or 2 Elite Trainer boxes and opening them. But they just have so many cards that I like. Each of those sets, in Champion's Path, it's like 2. So I hope that isn't too much of a downer, but maybe it also kind of counteracts a lot of the hype around this set. You know, another thing, just one more thing that bugs me is that the Rainbow Rare version of Charizard VMAX is the corresponding Rainbow Rare to the Charizard VMAX that was in one of the main, you know, the set Darkness Ablaze that just came out. Same thing with the Charizard V. This is essentially the full art version of the non-full art Charizard V that came out in that set. And same thing with the shiny one, you can consider, you know, alternate secret, whatever version of that. So these cards should have been in Darkness Ablaze. You know, the only reason I can imagine they moved him to Champion's Path, there's like Champion's Path, terrible set, nobody's going to buy it, especially the special set where you can't even get it in booster boxes. They're only going to buy it if it has these Charizards, and that is probably proving to be true. So I'm not going to be buying any more of it. I think those Charizards will hold their value long term, but I don't think the casual collectors are going to be so into the set after the hype dies down. And that's it.